Hey, what's up guys? This is Dave from NetcodeGuides.com, and today we're going to go over a demo review by Sharki. He's MG2 or MG1 and he's playing on cash. Now, the first thing I notice on your pistol round is look when you get in a gun battle. Okay? Now you are just wildly shooting. You weren't aimed at them whatsoever. You need to take your time. Okay? You should have easily died there. But instead you were able to, survive for way longer than you should have, right? You need to take your time. Pistols are all about taking your time and aiming at the head. And it's also, if you do that, it's going to help improve you a lot as a player. Something that improved my pistols tremendously, okay? I would say I had pretty average pistols, and now I would say I have like some of the best pistols in North America. And that was just, I just played in, I made a pistol-only deathmatch, and I played in it constantly. Constantly. I did not stop playing in it. I played in it so much and I really worked on it. So that's something you could definitely do and something that you could definitely improve on are your pistols just right away. That was actually pretty nice. Okay, that shot was pretty nice. But in general, just try to take your time more. Don't spam it so fast. Take your time a little bit and just tap. That's like as fast as I would go. Instead, you're shooting as fast as you can like that. Tap, get a consistent rhythm going with your pistol and have it become second nature. Okay, this round I have a lot of problems with. The first thing, right off the bat, you throw terrible smoke. Okay? Obviously, it hits back there. It doesn't go anywhere of importance. A good thing to do is if you throw it off this wall that I'm looking at right here. If you see what I'm looking at. And then it'll land perfectly. So try to get this smoke down. I'm not a B player, but try to get the smoke down 100%. Okay? Now, you throw this flash. And I don't understand what that flash is for. You're just throwing it in front of a smoke. It really isn't doing anything. And then you move to this spot to watch the vents. Now, there's two reasons why this spot's bad. Okay? You have to be peeking. Right? You have to be peeking the vents, or you have to be peeking to your right. And once that smoke dissipates, which is going to pretty soon, you're put in a tough spot. I would have much rather seen you either stay sight side, or go behind the checkers box. If you go behind the checkers box, all of a sudden, you control when you peek and when you're in a fight. Right? All of a sudden, you could post on the vents if you want. You could peek in and out of the vents every 5 seconds. And then you're still protected from here. This box is not spammable, except for through this very tiny corner, but you're not going to get spammed through it. Don't worry about it. And you control when you peek. Now, say you got in a gun battle here, and this guy kept peeking you in and out, in and out, in and out from the vents. If you wanted to run away, all of a sudden, this guy's posted on you and you die. Okay? So positionally, definitely need work. Alright? And those are the few problems I have with that round. So this right here just wasn't very fluid. Think about where you threw this nade for a second and where it landed. Think about that. And look where you are. Okay? You could have thrown that very same nade from around the first oranges. Okay? Like right here. Had the same effectiveness and not been out of position. There was 2 to 3 seconds where you were very out of position, where had they flashed, had they come through the smoke, they would have killed you. And they probably would have killed your teammate as well. There was also a time where they were peeking here while you were still running to here. So think about that for a second. You threw a nade from here that you could have easily thrown and banked off this wall and had the exact same effectiveness because your nade landed right here, right? You would have been able to take an angle like this, throw that nade, and then all of a sudden, you're right in position. You could have stayed in this pit. You could have been in first oranges where you wanted to go initially. But instead, you went all the way over here. You threw the nade, and you had a 2 to 3 second window where you could have lost the round. So you got to think about things like that. Okay, you got to think about things like that. Okay, now this round is like 100% on you. Okay, your teammate comes here. He sees that they're rushing. You're not dodging flashes. You have no nades out. You just have your gun out for some reason, and then you're just getting completely overran. Alright, what you should have done is, if you know your teammate's spotting and he's opping, you should not sit here with your gun out. It's fine if you want to sit here. This is a good spot, okay? You need to have nades out. You need to give your teammate more of a chance to run away, capitalize off him spotting them and knowing that they're rushing. You just sat here with your gun out. You should have got overran, and you guys probably should lose this round. I know you guys are going to win it, but this should be like a 5K round for you. All you have to do is you have to have a flash out here. When he sees them, you should flash. If you think they're rushing, you should throw a nade. Keep your gun out. After that, and capitalize off the nade damage you're doing, capitalize off the flash that you're throwing, where half of them are blind, they're running in one by one, and it should be a super easy, clean round for you to win. Instead, it's a round that the T's definitely could have won. You got overran, and you didn't play it properly at all. So there was no reason for you to have your gun out there. You need to have flashes and nades out there. You need to support your teammate, and you need to put your teammate in the best chance to survive, and you in the best chance to win the round. And for that to happen, it's to be utilizing your nades. And that's something you really need to work on. Your nade placements, how you're using their nades, is really not doing you any favors right now. That's the biggest thing that I notice, is that your nade usage needs a lot of work. A lot of the time, there's no rhyme or reason for the nades. Like that smoke, for instance, was terrible. Okay, you're throwing flashes that make no sense. Sometimes you're throwing flashes just middle of the round for no reason because you feel like you have to be doing something, and it's really hindering your play a lot, and something that you really, really need to work on. Every time you throw a nade, every time you throw a smoke, you want it to be a proper nade, a proper smoke, and you want to ask yourself, why am I doing this? And if you have no reasoning for why you're doing it, probably not a good idea to throw it. This round, you have a chance to win the round, but you don't make the best possible play to put yourself in the best chance to win the round. Right here. Right here. This guy's 5 HP. You have a nade. You know he's low. Your best chance to win the round is to just kill this guy. I know you have the bomb. I know you feel it's a risky play. But this is the best chance for you to win the round. Okay? If you kill this guy, you go into B, you throw a smoke spawn, you plant the bomb, your teammates all of a sudden could play off you. They could lurk a little bit. You have control, you have the bomb planted, you could, work the site boxes, and the CTs have to come to you. Instead, you back off. Now, had you just stayed here and fought, you threw a nade at this guy, remember he has 5 health, you're in a 3v2, you're able to plant the bomb, you're probably going to win the round. Instead, you get afraid, you run away, you run towards your teammates, they have position on the place you're going to, and you just die. So your best chance was fighting that guy, winning the round from there, taking it into your own hands. Right here, you make 2 mistakes. The first is that you should have thrown a smoke on the run here. You should have banked it off that white, above those little signs right there, and that would have smoked spawn. The second mistake you make is when you get in a gun battle and you know this guy's a headshot, you should jump above these boxes, okay? And then make a play to kill him from there. Instead, you go over here and you're giving him the advantage by having just a headshot angle on you. Had you jumped above these boxes, you would have been able to shoot above them and probably won the round. And throwing the smoke, you should have thrown it off here, and it would have banked right here and smoked off spawn. And then you could have jumped on these boxes, killed that guy, maybe went behind these boxes. Slight chance you would have died from heaven, but it's worth the risk. Yeah, definitely anytime you're fighting a guy in the site, jump on these boxes, come up here and shoot him from above. Almost always. Okay, Sharky, so from my point of view, watching you on your T side, it's almost as if you go into it and you have no plan and you have no idea what you're doing, and you're like thinking the entire time, like really intensely, and you're almost like not playing the game because of it. Okay, I'm watching you like walk around the map, and you're walking peeking angles where you will normally die. Like, it seems like you're trying to think 3 steps ahead, and instead you're not like in the game, and you're not being fluid at all. What I would recommend you doing is try to watch some of the demos or the T-side things that I talk about on like Cache and all these maps, and go into the game with a plan. Go into the game with the smokes and flashes you want to throw and how you want to fight people, and then that way you're not like thinking so hard and you're not being fluid. You know what you want to do, and then you try to execute it. Okay? And yeah, if you're playing against people that are way better than you, you're probably going to lose and you're going to die. But at least you're going to go in with a plan. You know what you want to do, you know what you want to work on, and then you can work on it. Instead of just running around the map, not knowing what you're doing, and not having any sort of plan, any sort of set nades that you want to throw, any sort of set flashes, and no idea of how you want to take things, and everything is on the fly. Because it seems like right now you're just thinking so much, when you should be having a plan going in and having something you want to work on and playing off that. So for instance, on Cache, say you want to be a door player. You can go door, you could have a smoke at highway, you could challenge highway players, you could flash out the door and then challenge challenge site. You know, you could do that one round. Go into a server, practice it, and then understand that that's what you want to do, and then work on that. And do that 4 or 5 rounds a half, you know, while you're buying. The other 2 to 3 rounds, you know, go to B. Throw a flashbang. Or, you know, go to B, work B. Throw a flashbang off the wall, challenge. If you don't see them, smoke this off. get to here, challenge around site, and see if you can make plays. Okay? And go in with a plan and have something you want to work on. Because it seems like you are just free flowing and you're not really working on anything, and when you're not working on something specifically, you're generally not working on anything and you're not getting better.